Welcome to Talk of the Town. My name is Lisa Dascoli, and we are here again this month to bring you the best in arts and entertainment in the area. And we've got a couple very special guests this month. Of course, my co-host, Annie Weiss. Hi, Annie.
Hi. Thanks for having me again. But I'm your co-host,
You
right?
are my
so
co-host.
I'm supposed to be here.
We are a couple on the air. So I haven't had an opportunity to talk to you recently. What's been going on in your life?
Lots of dates.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Tell me.
Okay, so I was on OkCupid.
Oh, Annie.
I know. It's free. What am I supposed to do? It's like the half Joe in me. Like, I can't. I'm like, oh, my God, it's free. Like, they were saying, they like had free T-shirts. I'm like, that's one of my favorite things in the world.
Tell me.
So he didn't look like his picture.
Isn't that called something?
Fraud.
No. Well, yes. Aside from that, like catfish or
Yes, I was catfished. I was totally catfished.
That term, but
Okay, so he goes, before I went on the date, he goes, send me a picture. And I was like, okay. I just sent him my face. I was like, I don't know what this means.
Right.
So I just sent him like a headshot.
Right.
And he was like, oh, okay. Like, oh, did I pass your test? Oh, thanks, sir. You know. And then he goes, how tall are you? And I said, I'm 5'1". He goes, oh, I'm 5'7". He was 5'1". We were eye to eye.
See, I have a really big concern with that in the world of man, that they don't measure things the same way. No.
They add like 10 inches, and I'm not really sure. I'm going to find out eventually. You know what I mean?
Sure you will, yeah. But, and they also, to my understanding, they ask for women for full body shots.
Yeah, no.
Because they're afraid that we may be heavy.
I don't do that. You're going to find out when I get there. I'm not catfishing per se.
But, I mean, shouldn't we have the opportunity then to turn around and say, well, then I would like a height verification?
Yeah, and I want a full body shot.
Yeah.
Send me a bikini pic.
I think that's a good
Yeah.
idea. I think, well, you won't get as many dates, but that's...
Well, once they find out I'm a comedian, they get scared away.
Well, I can understand. Yeah, it's 'cause
and they probably should be. They should be very afraid.
Because they know they're going to be material.
100%.
All right, so let's talk about our show this month.
Okay.
We've got a lot of really good
really
things.
excited.
I know. And guess who I dragged in to come and help us this month?
Who?
Our dear friend Richard Skipper.
Richard.
Hi, Richard.
Hi.
Well, I've got the perfect response for you.
Okay.
The next time you get a photograph, say, if you don't look like your photograph, you're going to buy me drinks until you do.
I love that.
Richard!
Why didn't I think of that? All right, next date.
That is the answer.
That's it. It's right there, right in front of you.
I am going to use that.
Oh
my God. My heart just burst. I'm so excited. I can't wait for my next date.
Now, Richard, as everyone knows, is very involved in the cabaret community,
Yes.
and our MAC Awards are coming up, which is the Manhattan Association of Cabaret, on March 26th, and you're presenting, right?
I'm presenting with Julie Budd.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Wonderful performer, very talented lady. Tell us a little bit about the MAC Awards for those who...
Well, first of all, in the New York cabaret scene, this is considered Cabaret Month. It's when the cabaret community celebrates not only with the MAC Awards, which, as you said, is the Manhattan Association of Cabarets and Clubs, but it also began with the Bistro Awards.
Okay.
And the Bistro Awards were held a week ago tonight, last Wednesday night, although I understand we're not live tonight. Is that true?
Unfortunately, no, we are not live tonight. Normally we are, but...
Well, many of the acts that I've seen recently in cabaret are not live either. No, but we keep hoping for bigger and better things.
More live.
No, that's not true. Last week, the Bistro Awards took place at the Gotham Comedy Club. Okay. It was an incredible night. It was hosted by Jason Gras. If you don't know who Jason Gras is, look him up, and that's Graa. One of the funniest guys in show business. Dee Dee Bridgewater got a special award. Lilias White, who was on Broadway in The Life, won a special award. There were 11 recipients receiving the awards this year. And what is really wonderful about the Bistro Awards is that all the people who have won the Bistro Awards know that they've won the Bistro Awards, and then they all perform. Okay. And what is very exciting about what Lenny Watts, who is the director and the president of MAC, is doing is we don't know who the winners will be that night, because like the Oscars and the Emmys and the Tonys, the ballots went out. I just received my ballot today. And Peggy Eason, who you've had on your show,
Yes.
is nominated.
Our chocolate diva.
She's nominated for a MAC Award, so I'm very excited about her.
amazing.
And, I've been doing PR for a lot of people, and I'm proud to say that almost all of the people that I worked with this year are all nominated. So I'm very excited about that. So I feel like
And
I've done...
I think, personally, I think that's a tribute to your
Well,
taste.
thank you.
Because you know talent when you see it.
So this is taking place on the 26th at the BB King's on 42nd Street.
Yes.
And you can go to the MAC website, just Google Manhattan Association of Cabarets and Clubs, and you can order tickets right online. There are a lot of great recipients this year. Baby Jane Dexter is getting a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Oh, wow.
Steve Ross, who has been in... I've known about Steve Ross since I first arrived in New York 35 years ago. David Kinney has a radio program called Everything Old is New Again, and that's done on WBAI on Sunday nights. He's receiving a special award for all of the great work that he does in cabaret. They also have a Hanson Award that they give out each year, and the Hanson Award is being given to this year Meg Flather, who has been in the cabaret community a long time, but has never received the recognition that Mac feels that she deserves. So it's going to be an exciting evening. I'm very excited about it.
Any other performances that you know of aside from? Is Julie performing that evening?
No, Julie is.
She's not performing?
We're just presenting the award
You're just
together.
presenting, okay.
But each of the people that are nominated, they rehearse, but only the winner will perform.
Okay.
So they don't even know if they're going to be performing that night or not.
Wow.
So it's an
that's
exciting
so
night.
exciting. That's
So I
wonderful.
hope you both can come.
I would love to.
That would be a nice thing to do.
I would
We
love
should
that. Would be a
go.
good girl date.
You know what? It would be, and it would be a nice thing for Talk of the Town to do,
Yep.
to go and meet some more fabulous cabaret
I would love to
people.
do that.
All right, and so with that being said, now, as typical of our show, we're very eclectic.
Yes.
We go from all sorts of extremes. I'm very excited to have our next guest, and these gentlemen are an electrifying rock duo from New York City. They bring their show on the road to Reading, Pennsylvania. They have appeared in Atlantic Avenue. We have with us today Scott Seisler and Aaron Barcelo from Black Rooster. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you very much for having us.
Oh, it's our pleasure. Now, okay, I have to ask, how did you come up with this name?
Oh, well, it's not like... Yeah, it's just, honestly, we found meaning for it afterwards, honestly.
Okay.
Essentially, it was just a cool name. I
Well,
liked
it is a very cool name. I will give you that. But I'm always curious as to how bands arrive at their name. What kind of got you there? So if it was just something that you sort of...
I was touring with a lot of ideas for a while. And
Okay.
there's actually a band, one of our biggest influences, a band called The Kills. They're also a duo. Except she's a singer, he's a guitarist. They use a drum machine. But very, riff-driven, kind of like what we're into. And one of their favorite songs is called Black Rooster.
Very good.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And it's also just such a badass animal, isn't it?
The jokes are writing themselves right now. We won't go there.
Oh, God, I have so many things to say.
Oh, Annie, you got material for next time. Now, when did you guys bring this band to life? Like, how long have you been playing?
We've been together for almost a year now. We formed last April, May-ish. I took Scotty out to see a band called the Pack AD, which is an all-girl rock duo, and I exposed him to the world of filth. And he's already exposed to the world of filth in his own way. But
Well, that's the night we went out, and he drugged me out, and I didn't want to go. I'm like, I'm too old for this. And
I dragged him out. I didn't drug him out, ladies and gentlemen.
so we went out there, and we hadn't formed the band or been playing together. We were
Just
writing
friends,
together, and
yeah.
well, he helped me with a project before that. Well, we can talk about later. And he's like, watch this, and I'm like, well, if she can do it, I can do it. He's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, let's go rent a studio, and that's how it started.
That's awesome.
So this is not a first career. This is a second creative endeavor. This is not the first thing you started out doing.
No, I think we met through, my wife Christine has a production company and does theater and stuff.
And the production company is?
Red Shark Productions.
Red Shark Productions. Give a shout out to them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And, Christine and had cast, and she became a really good friend of ours, Haley Heisek, who is the star of Diamonds to Dust, by the way. I can plug that. So,
okay, we'll plug that too.
And she started dating Aaron here, and so we all became tight, and she's like, oh, Aaron plays the guitar, and we'd fool around. And at this time, we're going back a couple years, my brother had committed suicide and passed away. And at the time, we were putting together a memorial video called My Brother's Chair, which was a film, little short video that we did the piano, and I did it was a Rick Springfield song called My Father's Chair, and we changed the lyrics to My Brother's Chair, shot it back.
Not to interrupt you, but can we find that video on YouTube?
Yeah, you can YouTube it, Brian, or you can go to the Red Shark Productions webpage,
It's
and
up
it's
there
there. Or
as
just
well?
just YouTube My Brother's Chair by Scott Seisler.
Okay.
Aaron helped out on that. Brian Santiago directed it, and it was beautiful. And that's kind of where we started to musically do things. And then after that, we wrote an original song about the story. I came to Aaron and I said, hey, this is my story.
Yeah, he just wrote these really heartfelt, beautifully sad, but hopeful at the same time, these lyrics that just really spoke to me. And I took him home one night and I threw together this song, and then we just started working it immediately, and it just came to life the next day. And now we play it in every set that we perform midway through the show.
We are going to have you play for us in just a couple minutes. So if it's all right with you, I would love to hear that song as well.
Yeah, we can do that. That's the softer side of Black Rooster, though.
Okay.
Oh,
Definitely.
yes. Well, everything in the studio here with the acoustic guitar is going to be the softer side of us.
We're going to be a little acoustic. We're going to be a little more gentle tonight. But and we'll talk about where we can see you guys in full gear and all out there. So we're going to talk about that in a second. What was your musical inspiration? What bands do you get your music inspiration from?
Well, I started listening to music really young. I think the first concert I ever went to was a Raffi concert. That was pretty hardcore for a 4-year-old. No. And then, my
Shame on your parents.
my stepdad and my real dad and my mom, they are all really into music. They grew up in the 60s and 70s, and they they got me into obviously the Beatles at a very young age, a lot of punk rock, a lot of stuff like the Sex Pistols and the Ramones, and then I kind of found my own way through a lot of the pop punk emo scene that was going on in the early 2000s, and then as the 2000s kind of came to a close and I was out of college and looking for what inspired me the most, I got really into the blues and classic rock and everything that is good in the world of rock and roll. And mainly Jack White is actually my number one influence. The reason I picked up a guitar, he one man with a guitar and a drummer, kind of like us. And this was eons before Black Rooster. But
now, Aaron, were you playing music before you and Scott decided to do this?
Not in any band. Just I was playing
your
some
own.
solo shows, acoustic shows, and writing, but always just couldn't. I don't know. I didn't have the right yin to my yang yet.
There you go. Okay. And Scott was that piece in the puzzle.
It was weird because I've never played the drums before in my life, and we went out and saw the band, and I literally looked at her and I go, well, hell, I can do that. So a month later, we played our first show.
Wait a minute. So you never took lessons?
Never.
Wow.
Wow.
You must be
I'm very
ridiculously
impressed.
talented.
I'm very impressed. Yes. All right. So where else have you played? I mentioned one or two places, but where else in Manhattan? I know you've played a few
the
places.
Trash Bar in Brooklyn, which is I'm sad to say is closing down now. We actually played our first show ever there, and we just played our most recent show there, sort of like a farewell to them.
Great place.
Played the Delancey down on Delancey Street on April 11th this year. You can catch us at the Left Field Bar on Ludlow Street.
We did Fontana's too.
And we played Fontana's down there in the Lower East Side. So a lot of shows in Brooklyn, Lower East Manhattan. But now we're finally reaching out, going to Pennsylvania.
Our next big
couple
gig,
weeks.
Yep, is It's March 28th in Reading, Pennsylvania, at a place called Building 24, The Works. It's this huge entertainment complex with go-kart racing and game rooms for the kids and restaurants and a bar. And on the one side, they have a bistro and a club, and it'll hold about 1,000 people. It's a huge venue.
awesome.
And it's
It's definitely going to be our
state-of-the-art,
biggest show yet, for sure.
And we're opening up for a band back there, a local, what's it called, Atlantic Avenue?
Atlantic Avenue.
Atlantic
yeah.
Avenue. And so we're the opening act, and they expect a
Really
lot of
good
people.
turnout. It's going to be
Well,
our
see,
biggest
the great
show.
thing about doing a podcast of this nature is that you can be heard everywhere. So anybody in that area, they will hear this podcast and know that you're coming to town. So this is good. I do hope that a couple people take note of that. I would love to hear your music. So, Aaron, would you mind being our first selection this evening? The song is called Second Chance.
Sure.
And it's the acoustic version. And
Yes.
this is Black Rooster on
Right.
broadbandboxoffice.com.
Right on. So this song I actually wrote 4 years ago. I was living in Brooklyn, New York, and I got mugged by these 4 young men. Actually, I think there was 5 of them, and they jumped me for no reason. It was a gang initiation. They literally just wanted to harm me so that they could be seen in the eyes of their friends as a tough guy. So someone came up behind me with a box cutter, and they left me for dead in the street. Long story short, 17 staples later, with a nicked carotid artery and a huge scar on my neck here,
Oh my God.
I survived and never really knew how to deal with it. But I just kind of ignored it and put it behind me. But about a year ago, I wrote this song about it, called
Well,
it
Aaron,
Second
before
Chance.
you do, I just want to say that I'm sitting right across from you, and luckily the scar is in a place that it's not readily noticed my right
I
eye.
didn't notice that.
And you're still a very handsome
Yes.
man.
Oh, thank you so much, ladies. Appreciate it. All right, so this is Second Chance. Here we go. Cut into my flesh, it was my first run-in with death. I didn't know just where I was. I didn't care at all because my body lost its source that makes you live, of course. So then I had to fight. Oh, then I saw the light. I saw the light. Words I say are stupid. The girls I love are nice. I act the fool and funny. You're everything I like, and it's just getting useless. It's heading to a cold night. We act the fool and scoff and drool, so everything's alright. Everything's alright. Everything's alright. Whoa, whoa. Everything's alright. I'm ready for fire. I'm ready for the end. Apocalypse for hire. Oh, I ain't asking for a friend. Steady where I said, waiting for the call. 'Cause you're not around no more. I'm feeling 1 foot tall, 1 foot tall. Well, the words I say are stupid. The girls I love are nice. Act the fool and funny. You're everything I like, and it's just getting useless to sit into a cold night. We act the fool and scoff and drool, so everything's alright. Everything's alright. everything's alright. Whoa, whoa, everything's alright. Oh, everything's alright. Everything's alright. Everything's alright. Whoa, whoa, everything's alright. Right, right, right. Whoa, whoa. I don't want to worry no more. You're so far away on a distant shore. Oh, time's running out. I just want to be free. Oh, lots of other guys try to take you away from me. The country hills, the city streets, the forests and the skies. All those times we had, the good and bad. Oh, was it all a lie or a lie? Well, the words I say are stupid. The girls I love are nice. Act the fool and funny. You're everything I like, and it's just getting useless to sit and talk all night. We act the fool and scoff and troll, so everything's alright. Everything's alright. Everything's alright. Whoa, whoa. Everything's alright. Oh, everything's alright. Everything's alright. Everything's alright. Whoa, whoa. Everything's alright.
Wow.
Thank you.
That really was amazing.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for sharing. That was really...
That was beautiful.
Thank you, my pleasure.
I know you guys are predominantly rock and all, but that was just... I loved that. That was amazing. And do you do a lot of softer stuff, too? Is that just...
Pretty much that one and the song that Scotty might sing in a little bit.
Yes.
Those are our softer side songs. A lot of the other stuff is really riff-driven and loud drumming, and it's,
Okay.
but
Well-
but in that light, you know, that we still have the heart of that song. We don't lose that anywhere.
I love that. That was wonderful. Just a quick question for my own. So you got attacked.
Yeah,
Somebody-
lost 6 out of 9 units of blood.
Wow. Maron.
And how... Who saved you? What happened?
The owner of the bodega that I got slashed in front of, this Muslim gentleman named Muhammad, he saved my life. He was, once the guys ran away, he was already on the phone with the ambulance. I could hear him screaming, this guy's dying, man. He's bleeding. I need someone to help him right now. And the person on the line at 911, I guess they were talking him through
What to do?
The guy, he rips his shirt off. You know, he's shirtless, like wrapping it around my neck. He's like laying me on the floor because I guess it makes the blood flow slower. And
Yes.
I just remember like being completely numb and sort of in this dream state, like surrounded by all my blood, like on the floor of his store while he's on the phone. And cops came, ambulance came, took me away. Woke up, Kings County Hospital in Brooklyn, and my mom was there. My dad was there, and my stepdad was there. They all stayed in the same hotel room, which was kind of weird, but a beautiful thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
I guess I can really bring people together.
But choose not to do it that way from now on.
Yeah.
You know?
No, sorry,
Find a better way.
I know. It's been,
But oh my God, what a testament to the human spirit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you had to go through that, but you've obviously overcome and made it the positive. And wow,
And that was a beautiful song.
It was an
That
amazing song, yes, and it's even
Something
more
beautiful came out of it.
It's even more meaningful knowing the story behind it. All right, so where are you guys going to be next? I know you mentioned another date in Pennsylvania. Anything in the New York, New Jersey area that we can see you?
April 11th at the not the Delancey, sorry, left field on Ludlow Street. Not sure the
Okay.
exact number. We go on around 8 p.m.
Okay.
April 11th.
And I do want to
That's
mention
a Friday.
that if anybody, and you give away free T-shirts too.
We do, and
Yeah.
sometimes even free shots if the audience is nice enough to us.
T-shirts and shirts.
Yes, I just
sounds like my seed.
There you go. Anybody looking for information on these gentlemen, they can call Brian Gilbert at 917-776-6913. And again, that's Black Rooster. So if you're enjoying their story, their music, and we are gonna have another selection in a couple minutes from Scott Seisler, and it's called "Missed the Last." And give us a little background on that, Scotty, before you.
Well, also, just so you know, you can go to our website. We
And
have
there is a website,
really great
thank you.
website, and there are clips of the different songs that we've performed recently live. And our website's really cool, and you can contact us through our website, too.
Okay,
And then
and-
there are some songs listed on there.
And the website is
BlackRoosterRocks.com. Just
Black
like it
Rooster
sounds.
Rocks.
BlackRoosterRocks.com.
Okay. And this, of course, is always up on our website as well,
Yes.
and Talk of the Town and Broadband Box Office. So any information on this or any of our guests, you can always refer back to. All right. So where did Richard Skipper go? Did he leave?
Richard, we need you.
We need you back here for.
Coughing.
You were,
It's cold in here.
I'm sorry.
You guys warmed up the place. So
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm right here.
I just wanted to go back to the Cabaret and the Mac Awards for one moment. Any favorites that you see for nominations? Who's outstanding to you?
They're all great. I
Yes?
cannot pick out any favorites. Obviously, I'm very close to Peggy Eason.
Yes.
But every performer in that category is wonderful. It's hard to pick one. I mean, the thing that I advise all of the artists to do is just enjoy the journey. There's no guarantee. A Mac Award is not going to make your career. It's not going to break your career. Just go out and have a good time.
Yep.
That's the bottom line.
Actually, like the old saying goes, it's an honor just to be nominated.
It's true.
But really,
It really is.
I think it's even more of an honor to get out there and get your act together and have an audience, and that says a lot to me. So anybody who's
What
just
I
out
would love
there
to see
doing
is
it,
I'd love a mashup of Peggy Eason and Black Rooster.
Oh my God.
You know what?
That would be amazing.
You
That
know,
would be really cool.
well, you see, Peggy Eason is called the Chocolate Diva.
Yes,
And you can fill in the blanks. But Peggy Eason is an amazing entertainer. She was born blind. Talk about adversity. She was born blind. She was a twin, and both twins were born prematurely, and they were both told, their parents were told that they would not survive. And after the first one died, Peggy's grandmother said to God, "You may take one, but you're not taking both." And Peggy has had an amazing life. She's going to be 70 next year.
No,
Hard to
she's
believe.
not. There's
Yes,
no way.
Yes,
amazing.
yes.
I
yes.
could have. I swear to God,
really?
I thought she was 40 years old. I'm not even
yes.
kidding.
Well, in her
We-
mind,
we-
she is.
Yeah,
but,
because we interviewed her a few months
the
ago.
key.
And please, again, refer
you know,
back
and I
to
just
our
interviewed
archives.
tonight at the Carlisle. Lonnie Hall Alpert, Herb Alpert's wife. Herb Alpert and Lonnie are performing, and I just interviewed her. And she's going to be 70, and he's going to be 80. Wow. And she said she cannot wrap her brain around the fact that the images in her brain of what 70 and 80 are
Right.
do not compute with what she feels inside. And I think that's the secret.
Yep, that's
I,
what keeps
I
you young.
absolutely agree with that. But
Now,
that's for
Christine,
another
she's
show.
22, isn't she?
Yes, she is.
That's what I thought. Yes.
Well, that's for another show. We'll go there another time. All right, Scott, would you do us the honor of playing?
Sure.
Okay. And
Well, let me
give us a little background on this one, or you want to do that afterwards?
No, Miss the Last is the song that Aaron and I put together. This will actually be the first time we're doing it like this.
Oh, that's so
sitting
cool.
here, other than rehearsal. It's the story of what happened. And again, you could change one word, and this could apply to anybody.
Miss the last.
the first time you called. Told me I said go back. I didn't understand just where your heart was at. In such a scary moment, I thought you would fight back. It all makes so much sense now. I just forgot to act. I stopped the first time, I missed the last. And why didn't you call so I could turn you back? Oh, this heart is broken now, forever last. I failed you, my brother. No, I can never go back. I never know the sadness you felt in your heart. Always acting so strong, like there was no one loving you back. And all alone on a dark, deserted island, with no one but those demons in your mind. Then you made your choice, and you never look back. I stopped the first time, I missed the last. And why didn't you call so I could turn you back? Oh, this heart is broken now, forever last. I failed you, my brother. No, I can never go back. Time passes and nothing changes. I ask the questions, the answers are none. Does it really matter? We're all to blame, just waiting for a call that never came. Stopped the first time, I missed the last. And why didn't you call so I could turn you back? Oh, this heart is broken now, forever last. I failed you, my brother. No, I can never go back. I stopped the first time, I missed the last. And why didn't you call so I could turn you back? Oh, this heart is broken now, forever last. I failed you, my brother. No, I can never go back. No, we can never go back. No, I can never go back. No, you can never come back.
That was wonderful.
Thank you.
I need a minute.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, thank you. And Scott, thank you for sharing that with us, because it really touched me as well.
That's why we buy a shot for the bar after we
Yeah, that's, you know what? Damn it, you real, and that's why you give away the T-shirt.
But there are no shots here now.
Not yet, anyway.
Later.
Well, Annie, our half hour is done
know.
again. It just flies by.
It went too soon.
And it always does. And we got to look into doing this more often than
Yes.
once
Let's
a month.
do this every day.
Well, not every day. But we should do this more often. We should.
Agreed.
So, if you do like this program, and I hope you do, like us on Facebook. This is Talk of the Town on broadbandboxoffice.com. We are on the second Wednesday of every month at 8 p.m. Our next show is April 8th. 8th. And our guests are going to be Larry Catrone and Gretchen Reinhagen. And I am very excited to have both of them. So thank you so much for listening, and we will see you. Thank you, Black Rooster. Thank you, Richard Skipper. And we will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.